So just in terms of the next topic here, staying in the DeFi space, but we're going to shift over a little bit to payments. Payments is a very fundamental, it's really kind of the OG sort of thing going back to Bitcoin. But how do you do that in a scalable fashion? How do you make it more programmable? A few years ago, Kevin Owocki kind of built out the most elite EIP ever, 1337, with the recurring subscriptions. But now we're seeing evolution and iteration getting more sort of in depth, and Superfluid is doing some super cool stuff. So, Fran, I'll leave it up to you.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and we can start. So, okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I got it. Take it away.
Yeah. Hello. So today, hi, I'm Francesco. I'm one of the co-founders at Superfluid. And today I want to tell you about SlowTube. So SlowTube is, and sorry guys, this is not working. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you and see you. We saw your screen for a minute.
Oh,
there we go.
Got it back. You got it back? Okay. Yep. Okay. Here we go. So today I want to talk about SlowTube. So SlowTube is an amazing application. It basically allows you to select all the videos you want to watch, and then at the end of the month, you get them delivered to you. Now that sucks, right? Imagine you didn't have YouTube. Imagine at the end of the month, you were receiving your videos instead of being able to access them every day. Now, it turns out that's exactly how payments work. You work your ass off, you work for a month, at the end of the month, you get paid. You can't get the money when you need it, right? You don't get paid as you go. Money is slow. Transactions take time. You need to process them. You need accounting. You need to figure out reconciliation. You need to account for every transaction in a lump sum, right? But our interactions with businesses are not like that. When we subscribe to a business, we generally subscribe and we click a button and now we're inside the service. So how come is that payment still handled in lump sums at the end of the month, right? It's a very strange concept. And I believe in DeFi, we want to go beyond traditional finance. Now, it's obvious when you have a new technology, you try and layer it on top of things you know. You try and rebuild things that are familiar. You try and re-explore patterns which you've grown up to be used to, right? So I think it's natural that when we first had programmable money and we first had crypto, what we built were things that look very similar in the end to what traditional finance does. But let's go beyond that. Let's try and imagine, what would a more efficient money look like? What would the payment system we're looking for, what would that look like? So I would say we want it to be fluid, like bytes, right? So the same way when I click on a YouTube video, it immediately starts. I should be able to enjoy my money as soon as I start getting paid, right? So shouldn't have to wait, shouldn't have to, wait for somebody to process something. It should be as simple as that. It should be real time. As soon as I start something, if I start a service, I should start paying it. If I start a job, I should get paid. Shouldn't have to wait. And the money shouldn't be locked up either, right? It really should be completely fluid, completely liquid. I get paid, the money's mine, I can do what I want. I pay someone, they get the money, they can do what they want. Real time, programmable money. That's where we want to go. But still, for services, even in crypto, we're still paying once a month. So how do we solve this, right? And how do we solve it maintaining the programmability, which is so important for everything we do in DeFi? So the way we solve this is through money streaming. Money streaming is an amazing technology. It allows you to pay for things every second that you use them. And this kind of breaks the wall here, right? Because you're not paying once a month anymore. Your relationship with a business, as soon as you sign up, you start paying them. As soon as you start a job, they start paying you. And you get paid for every second that you're on the job. And that's how it should be. You really shouldn't have to wait for the end of the month to watch the videos like with SlowTube. Everything should be in real time. This would give you much more control, right? Because you never have to wait to see if you do get paid. You never have to wait to see if that service is delivered. Everything is in real time. As you use it, you pay for it. So the way we see it, streams, these money streams should be open forever, because that's the best experience, right? When you sign up for something, you don't sign up saying, oh, I want to sign up for a month, or I want to sign up for 2 months. You just sign up, and then when you're tired of it, you close it. And that's how money should work. You open a tap, money flows, you close a tap, money stops flowing. Very liquid, very natural, right? And it's strange to say it's natural because it's so different to how we currently use money. But actually, having thought about this a lot, I really think it's how money should work. And obviously, it shouldn't require me to go and click a button, do an interaction, or pay any fees in a recurring way. We want this to be a very good UX. We want this for the user to feel like they're opening a tab, and the tab will stay open until they close it. Set it and forget it. You don't need to go back to it. You don't need to do anything. It should be really, really easy. So imagine you're running a business and your customers are paying you subscriptions in real time. Every second you receive some money, you have all these incoming subscriptions, normal subscriptions, premium subscriptions. They're all condensing into one single balance. And from that balance, you're then paying your salaries, you're paying your bills, and all the excess money you're investing because everybody wants to buy more Ether. So how would this look for the business? Basically, they would have a very clear view of what their balance and what their flow rate is. So the flow rate would basically show how much money is coming in, netted with how much money is going out. And this is very important because netting is something which is completely missing in crypto and DeFi. So netting is how the banks manage to basically move less money. And this is something that we think should be down to the user level. Everybody should be able to do this because in crypto, everybody should be their own bank. So with netting, what this allows you to do is that all the money that's coming in and the money that's going out is netted. The result of this is that your company won't need as much money because you don't need to accumulate money to pay for those bills at the end of the month. You don't need to accumulate money to make sure that if somebody doesn't pay you at the end of the month, you can still pay your salaries because all of this will be happening in real time. So you will immediately know who is paying you, who you're paying. If somebody stops paying you, you can react immediately. Your budget cycles become much shorter. Your ability to react and to reinvest your money becomes much, much faster. And all of this gives you an extremely strong advantage compared to traditional finance, where they still have to wait for the end of the month to get the payments. They don't know if they'll get paid. And I think this is what money should look like in Web3. I think this is really what we should be aspiring to. We should be aspiring to creating technology that really drastically improves our experience with money in a way that gives us advantages that eventually will lead crypto native companies to have stronger advantages. So I think this is a completely new paradigm, right? Like a lot of things we do in crypto are completely new. We don't know how people will use them. We don't know what the use cases are. We don't know what the killer application will be because it's such a new technology. It's a blue ocean innovation. And what that means is essentially we can't know what will happen with this new tool in our toolbox. But what we can say is that bringing capital efficiency to DeFi will enable us to do a lot more with our money. It will enable us to run a very, very growing and burgeoning economy on crypto rails without needing so much new money to be printed. And this is important because let's not forget, in DeFi, we don't have fractional reserve banking, right? We can't just print money out of thin air in DeFi. So what happens is we have protocols like DAI, which struggle to supply DeFi with enough cash. Now, why is this? This is because the cash is not used in a capital efficient way. And this is something we think using payment streams, we could really improve, because payment streams enable money to be in more than one place at a time. Because when you're streaming, if your money is netted, everyone who is on that payment stream, right, is effectively receiving and sending the money at the same time. So we have these balance sheets which are effectively expanding the monetary base. And this is something extremely excited, something I'm extremely excited about, because the velocity of money is one of the ways we can make the economy grow faster. So we believe money streaming will bring about crypto native rails for recurring payments. Now, what this means is we are giving crypto companies and crypto native individuals the power to make recurring payments. And let's not forget, while trading is great and speculation is amazing, recurring payments are what power our daily lives. We make recurring payments when we receive salaries, when we pay for our rent, when we pay for our bills. All of these things are recurring payments. And at the moment, without a protocol which effectively enables this, crypto cannot break through into the traditional world of real life payments, right? And this is why having a new primitive for recurring payments is so important. We believe streaming salaries, subscriptions, but also things like protocol payouts and perpetual contracts can be automated using streaming money. And we believe it will take all of these things to the next level while giving everybody involved a really, really unfair advantage compared to those still stuck on traditional financial rails. Now, one thing that we're also very excited about is using money streaming to make open source sustainable. Now, open source has often struggled with financing, right? How do we fund public goods? Well, public goods can be funded in a number of ways, generally through taxation or through donations, right? We've seen amazing things happen with, for example, Gitcoin grants. However, it's still a lot of work, right? You see the Gitcoin grants team every 3 months going out there, soliciting donations, making the case for their projects. And that marketing effort should really yield long-term relationships. So making open source sustainable through subscription services and recurring donations is something that we at Superfluid are very excited about. Now, a couple of extra things you get with streams is the fact that there's no delays in payments, right? Now, I think anybody who's ever worked for themselves or had a company knows that if you expect the bill to be paid and it's not paid at the end of the month, that's going to cause some serious issues for you. And the only way to avoid that is either to delay your own payments, if that's possible, or keep a cash reserve, or take out a loan. Now, all of those three options are obviously terrible, which is why avoiding delays in payments is a huge thing. And with payment streams, you effectively never have delays because all your payments are going out at the same time in real time in a stream. So if any of those cogs stop going around, if anybody, for whatever reason, stops paying, you know immediately. So you don't know at the end of the month, but rather you know as soon as it happens. You can act much faster. You can, shift around your accounts. And this effectively means that there's no unpayment risk. And unpayment risk is what drives costs so high. If you think of credit card payments, right? How many times have you heard, the credit card transaction didn't go through? Now, what that means is it gives you extra costs on everything you pay in a recurring fashion because companies have to account for the fact that that payment might not go through. And reducing that risk or potentially eliminating it would effectively make all the businesses using streaming money more efficient and better off. So apart from this, obviously, using streaming money would mean that your income is coming in real time. And this, apart from the extreme psychological effect of actually seeing the money coming in, which feels great, what I can say is, as a business owner, if we knew exactly how much money we were making at each point in time, we would be able to budget better. We would be able to more effectively organize our finances, even without having a CFO or a financial department. And that's something that we can bring to smaller crypto businesses immediately, because this technology already exists. And this is called the Superfluid protocol. The Superfluid protocol is a protocol for crypto native Rails. It's streaming money in its best form with no capital lockups, full programmability on chain, and essentially everything I've told you so far. So payments are netting, everything's fluid. You can take out the money anytime. You never have to wait. There's no delays. And most of all, again, it's completely programmable. So the reason we're sponsoring ETHDenver this year is because we don't know what people can build with this, but what we know is our protocol enables a slew of new things, and we really want to see these happen. So visit hack.superfluid.finance if you have any cool ideas on what could be made with streams. Now, I also would like to invite everyone to try this out, because it's really hard to kind of imagine this. As I said, it's extremely natural once you try it, but if you've never tried it before, then I think it's hard to properly feel how it works. So head over to app.superfluid.finance. You can visit our dashboard. And on the dashboard, you just need to connect to a testnet, and you'll be able to receive some money from us, these test tokens. You can stream them around, try it out, and feel what it means when the money is effectively streaming out of your balance. It's a strange experience, but it changes the way you think about money, and it makes you understand that the way we're using money at the moment is archaic and really unnecessary. So let's move on to the new paradigm in finance, the new paradigm in payments, which is streaming money. And let's BUIDL together at ETHDenver. We're super excited to sponsor here. I can't say this enough. We were participating last year, and it was such a blast. I wish we could go back to that. But yeah, visit us at hack.superfluid.finance. Our Discord also is a great place to come and discuss, the future of real-time finance and real-time DeFi. So yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone around there. And I don't know if there's maybe any questions in the Twitch.
Yeah, any quick questions for Fran here?
Yeah, let's take a quick look. It doesn't look like it. You got some fans though.
Yeah. You nice nailed it, I think dealing with legacy finance is archaic as hell. It's like you used to crypto. It's like, wait a minute, I have to wait 3 days for a wire or something. Like, is this the Stone Age? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, every time I speak with someone in the US and they're like, "Oh, can I mail you a check?" And I'm like, Jesus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Questions here. Is there a token model?
Well, Superfluid doesn't have a token. What we do enable is that you can bring any ERC20 token, wrap it into Superfluid, and stream it on chain. So there's a model for tokens, but there is no token model. But yeah, bring your own tokens and make something amazing with money streaming.
Cool. Crypto Sup has a great question. Could you use the system to build streaming payments service for live streaming, maybe like in a micro payments kind of context?
Absolutely. So actually, there's a really cool hacker that's currently working on a service for live streaming music, which will be paid with Superfluid streams. So you kind of open it up, you get access, close it, and you leave the room.
Cool. Is that still under wraps? Something you guys will be announcing soon?
No, it's a hack for ETHDenver. It's not us.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a hack for ETHDenver. It's really easy to actually hack with streams. So, even if you have very, very little experience, you can just build a very quick front end with JavaScript, and it's just really easy to use. It's how money should feel.
Wow, cool. Everybody check it out. This sounds really cool. I'm going to check it out tonight, actually. I was not as aware of this platform, but as always, thanks for biddling with us, and maybe we'll see you next year too, hopefully.
Absolutely. All right.
Cheers. Take care.